Mics, check. Music cued, check. Presenters ready. Well, 2 out of 3's not bad. This is TigerTails Radio.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another delightful, delectable and entertaining episode of TigerTails Radio. I'm your host TK, and over there we have an Echo.
Hello everybody.
And with any luck, somewhere hiding in internet land, we should have a Xavier.
Hello, everybody.
You're actually there this time. That's good. That's always a good start.
Don't let on to the technical difficulties.
Yeah, we have some
think-
troubles.
I think that everyone knows by now that we suffer technical difficulties all of the time.
Yeah, but you don't let on. It's you know, not something you talk about to the common folk.
The show is just one big technical difficulty, in all fairness.
Yeah, exactly.
And something's vibrating somewhere. Have you got your phone on
Fan?
your desk? No, we don't have the fan on. We're going to
No, because you're insane.
roast.
Yes, we are cooking.
Ever so slowly but surely.
Yes.
We have the PC that kicks out all of the heat. We
Blowing.
have the PC that kicks out some of the heat. We have the other PC that kicks out some of the heat. And finally, down in the corner, we have the PS4, which plays all the Jackbox games, which does also kick out some of the heat.
And of course, two super hot, hosts.
Oh, of course,
on
yes.
screen. Yeah.
On stream. In fact, you can see my head. Hello.
Yes,
We've
you are
been able to move the
actually-
camera because there's no Hedgie this week.
Yes, indeed. I'm on the sofa all on my, almost all on my own, apart
Yeah.
from adorable Lion.
And
He's
I
on his own.
and I have Studio on my desk,
You do.
sat on top of a PlayStation 2,
Yes.
as you do, and trying to hide all the cables that make the Nintendo Wii and the PlayStation 2 work on the monitors that we have up here.
Whee!
Demkin Echo is in channel going, how? It's like, hello. Also in channel, although may or may not be listening, we don't know, we have Dante the Jedi, Puppy, Saber, Severed Skin, Southpaw, and Tangent Fox. And in the chat there is Echo, Zev, and Xavier. Hello.
Hello.
So, Echo, that means it's up to you to be communicating with the delightful people on Discord.
I shall.
Yes.
Echo shall be Discord corner, although I'll keep me eye half on it as I do.
Yes.
In a desperate bid to at least try and pretend that I'm paying attention somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You've got to at least make the effort to seem like you're doing so.
Yeah, well,
Effort.
I've got buttons and things to juggle, so... But I don't know if I can actually be brave and take the cookies off my desk and throw everything else on the floor. Shush!
So yes, this
But
is
I might
episode.
be able to show
Hey.
the buttons. Or at least some of the buttons. There you go. Buttons!
So yes, this is episode 8. It is the second week of June. It is obscenely hot.
Yes.
To say the least.
And yeah, we're now in the season of barbecues, weather, and E3.
It's E3 season! Yay!
Yay! It's on now, boo!
Yeah, right this minute. In fact, no, not right this minute. It's
There
in
is
an
stuff
hour's
on
time.
now.
What's the betting that more people are watching that than us?
Oh, naturally.
Oh, hang on, let me think. Yes.
Because isn't it someone that started? Isn't it Ubisoft at 9 tonight?
Sony?
No, Sony's on at 2 in the morning.
I thought it was earlier than that, but never mind. It's something on at 9, and then
Yeah.
it's still stuff that's currently going
No,
at the moment.
EA,
I thought
not EA.
Square Enix was
had
doing
theirs.
stuff.
They had
Yeah.
theirs at 6, and that wasn't worth it. It was a 40-minute video. So it's like half
Well,
an
to
hour.
be blunt, a lot of the stuff so far has been 40-minute videos, but I've only caught up to the beginning of the Xbox stuff, which is like, hey, we've got all the games, and it's like, you haven't got all the games.
It's like we've got
Yes, we've got all the games.
Xbox going. We're going to show 50 games. It's like 25 exclusive or timed exclusive whatever's, and like some world premieres and things. And it was like, yeah, you've got all the games. Watch the presentation. So you've got about 7 or 8 exclusive games that are exclusive to Microsoft platforms, not Xbox. In other words, they're all going to be on PC as well. And then you're showing off a few multiplats. Yay! Great presentation. Still no reason to buy an Xbox.
No. Agreed.
Because all the games that are going to look better on Xbox One X will look even better on PC. So there is still no point buying an Xbox One X. Or Xbox One, for that matter, because it's all on PC. I mean, it'd be far cheaper just to get yourself a half-decent PC. 'Cause at
TK,
least
do you
can
know
keep that
how
upgraded.
expensive a half-decent PC is these days?
Compared to the Xbox One X, fairly reasonably
Cheap.
priced.
Cheap.
Xbox One X is hella waste of money.
Yes.
And Damon Kananko's in channel going 5 PM tomorrow. Nintendo looking forward to that one.
The Nintendo community stream. Yay! Although, to be fair, it will be a lot of Switch stuff that potentially will be interesting.
They're going to try
It's
even
so
harder to
far.
make you buy cardboard.
The Switch actually does seem to have interesting stuff, but I think we need to go over our weeks because we've started the show, we've had our technical difficulty, we'll try
Today
and
is
get
my
a segment
last day of being off work.
Oh,
I
shame.
am sad. So now all our jet setting around has had to come to a close. Well, all mine and Hedgie jet setting around, of which he paid for most of it, has had to come to a close. Well,
The jet setting for the cripple, yes,
Yeah.
the jet setting for the guy who should be, you know, taking care of that sciatica that's going to be riddling him for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He is. He's following doctor's orders.
I was following Doctor's orders. I was going out and about and being active like the doctor told me to. And so, this
He went
weekend,
everywhere.
well, this week we went to Bristol, as you do. But
Frizzle.
yeah, we know there wasn't much in Bristol though. So unlike Weymouth, where we thought there'd be a lot, and there wasn't, we came prepared, and actually mapped out times and routes for catching all the stations between Westbury and Bristol.
Because you're a nerd.
Yeah, and also because if we have some kind of itinerary, we're not going to get quite so lost. And going, oh, when's
we
the next train to so-and-so? Oh, it's in forever. Oh,
When you
bugger.
know full well that Hedgie is much happier if you have an itinerary.
Oh, yes, he is very much happy
Yes.
if you have an itinerary. So we knew there wasn't any point in exploring Bristol because I've been there before, seen everything, and knew there wasn't really much else to see. So
Right.
and also there were massive issues at Bristol anyway, so it was a good job we weren't going any further. So, got to Bristol, we had about half an hour to grab some food and things from the pub that's on the platform, which is, it's got a pub on the platform.
That was a well thought out station.
It was a very well thought out station.
Is that Bristol Temple Meads?
It is indeed, Bristol Temple Meads, yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And so once we'd had some lemonade and some of the scampi fries, because there was somewhere in the world that did the scampi fries. Oh my god, delicious. We then jumped on the train and started then going down all of the stations back towards Westbury, with Trowbridge being our last station, which we would then use to go directly home, because I've already got Westbury, and the train that stops at Trowbridge also stops at Westbury. So that was the plan, and for the most part it went according to plan. However, Avencliff was a bit of an issue. Avencliff is a tiny, 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 tiny little station. And when you get on the train, it says to go into the first carriage. So we went into the first carriage. What it doesn't say is that only the first set of doors will open. The ones right at the front of the train. So
Okay.
we were at the set of doors at the back of the carriage. And the carriage pulls into the platform. And there is plenty of platform in front of us to disembark onto. But the door never opened. And then the train went away again towards Bradford and Avon. And we were like, bugger. Well, that's put a spanner in the works. We're not missing this station though. This looks like a nice place. So we caught Bradford and Avon early, got a train back to Avencliff.
God.
And we were going to try and have dinner at Trowbridge, but instead we had dinner at Avencliff instead. And oh my god, that was such a good decision. Holy shit. There is a pub in Avencliff. I can't remember what it's called, and Hedges in bed, so I can't ask him.
Hello, the dementia. Hello, it's nice to see you again.
I don't remember pub names. I've been to so bloody many of them now. I've just given up trying to remember them. It's not the dementia at all. It's
Much
just laziness.
like most things, much like most things at the moment,
I think it's
TK.
called the Crossed Guns or something like that, but don't quote me. But yeah, so fucking hell. It's not a cheap pub by any stretch of the imagination, but oh my god, it was amazing. And so yeah, check the very fact that our train wouldn't let us off, and we ended up having to double back. Could have been a calamity. Turned out to be quite beneficial, which we were quite happy about because it gave us plenty of time in Avon, and Avencliff is gorgeous. They've got an aqueduct that not only goes
Aqueduct?
an aqueduct. It takes a canal over the River Avon, but also over the railway line as well, and you get to walk along the canal path on the aqueduct. So
I have been across said aqueduct on a canal boat.
oh, have you been to Avencliff then? Or
Pretty
through
certain.
Avencliff on a
Swish.
boat?
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm
Good.
pretty certain because it's on the Kennet and Avon canal.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and we did the Kennet and Avon about 2008,
Oh, very
I
nice.
think 7, 8, somewhere around there.
10 years
Somewhere.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a long time ago.
Yeah. So, I've walked across that aqueduct then. So you've been on the wet stuff, I've been on the dry bit.
Indeed.
But, the cross guns, I think it was named the pub. Absolutely amazing, gorgeous place. Another amazing place to visit on that route is Freshford, which is stunning. You're at the station, and all you can see is fields as far as the eye can see in one direction, and a road in the other. You go up the road, and it takes you into some Spanish villa type things. You know when you see all those square white buildings?
What, you mean like the Costa del Sol?
Yeah, exactly like the Costa del Sol. Think that in the UK,
That just
In the middle of nowhere.
in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere. It is the weirdest
Are you
thing.
sure it's not just like a portal to Spain or something?
Quite sure.
Yeah, because TK would never come back.
Yeah.
Like hot weather. Yeah, no,
No, I'm
I'm
staying here
there.
now. I live here now. What's this? We go to bed at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for a nap. Yeah, I can cope with this.
That sounds about like your usual day, doesn't it? Yeah.
An all-body tan, maybe. That will be a novelty.
I
Yeah.
know. Actually, getting a tan that just doesn't turn from white skin to sunburnt on the drop of a hat would be nice. But yeah, Freshford, absolutely amazing. And as we were walking through Freshford, I looked at Hedge and said, this is either going to have the world's shortest Wikipedia entry, or this is going to have a humongous Wikipedia entry. There's not going to be a middle ground here. And it's got a very large Wikipedia entry. It's quite a historic town, apparently.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's absolutely amazing. And you come out of Costa del Sol and you come into some kind of green... we found some green patch with shade and a bench under a tree near a church and things. Oh, absolutely lovely village. And then we kind of went on this kind of riverside path walk thing, which managed to loop us back round to the station.
How
And
convenient.
there's a pub, which we didn't have time to go into.
Yeah.
It's called something inn, but it's never been an inn in its life. It's just been a pub.
Something dark side in.
Something like that, yeah. But oh my god, it was amazing. And as you're coming up the path to the station, you get this view of the line, just going down away from towards Bristol, and it's just fields and fields and fields, and a bit of railway line through the middle of it, and then fields and fields and fields. It's like
In the fjords?
in the fjords, yes. It's stunning. Definitely somewhere to go back to, because we found out that you could actually cross the railway line and go down a little tiny path at the end of the platform and go down another path. And apparently there is a walking route between Freshford and Avon Cliff. So that will be something that's worth exploring one day. When
One
we've
day
got-
over the rainbow.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe not when it's quite so sunny and we'll die in sunstroke or something. But yeah, no, it was lovely. But apart from that, the rest of the week has been reasonably quiet. So, apart from yesterday, when it was a certain someone's birthday.
Steve!
Not quiet. So try someone else who's not me on the camera at the moment.
Steve!
Yes, okay, his name is Steve now.
Yay, we've renamed Echo. He's Steve.
Yep, so Steve turned 30 yesterday.
I've now been named Steve.
He is Steve.
I'm definitely not Steve.
He is not Steve. That is very true, actually. He is the epitome of not Steve.
Yes.
So yeah, Echo turned 30 yesterday, so we went over and saw some of his family and had merry times, which was very nice, wasn't it?
It was, yes. So are we kind of moving on to my week now?
I think
just
so, yeah,
by
because my
default?
week,
Yes.
my week has had very much
Yeah.
else, apart from Tubbs coming over and spending a lot of time here, there's not been much else.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
let's
'cause-
see.
Taking the drugs. You were all taking the drugs.
I haven't taken the drugs for a couple of days, which is nice. It's afforded me the ability to consume a little bit of alcohol when we were out and about, which was very pleasant. And it's definitely shown that I am fit to go back to work tomorrow, which is a shame.
Da 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 da.
Because I've been enjoying this month off. It's been highly pleasant.
Yeah, I bet you have.
Yeah.
So, right, my week. Let's see. So, the Monday to Friday bit, usual work stuff. I don't think anything of real note. Apart from, well, I suppose the only thing kind of note through the week was that as of Thursday evening, this just mainly because it leads on to the rest part of my weekend, was that I started attacking the very
Garden?
lengthy box privet hedge at the front of my house, which is about 60-ish foot of hedge. Admittedly only sort of small 5-foot hedge, but I spent Thursday evening and Friday evening and most of Saturday morning attacking, and they're still not completed as yet. So that was kind of pretty much the most exciting part of my week. And then obviously Sunday, we went to, well, it was my birthday.
It was.
I turned 30 on Sunday.
He had cake day.
It was cake day.
It was indeed cake day. So Sunday I introduced TK to pretty much the entirety of my family, bar I think 3 members of my family that you won't have met yet. Mainly because one of them's in like far-flung like Australia or New Zealand or somewhere like that. So a little bit of a trek to come back for a 30th birthday party.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's easy to do that.
Just pop
Just
back.
pop down for the day,
Yeah. Having said that though, I mean, one of my cousins did come all the way from Wales for my birthday.
which was awesome.
Yeah. And we discussed stuff that we're going to do on our holiday to Wales, didn't we? Or a bit of kind
Yeah,
of what we're
catching
going
us
to
in
get up
trains,
to.
and yeah, the
Travel.
There's gonna be a lot of travelling.
Yeah, it's a lot of travelling. I think also probably going to go in and actually see them at some point, maybe on our travels in Wales if we happen to be in the general region.
Which bit of the region are they? North or south?
Northern bit of the Brecons,
I don't know where the Brecons are. It doesn't help me.
sort of midway up-ish, sort of northern middle bit of Wales.
Oh, okay.
They're the other major like mountain range in Wales, well, sort of hill range in Wales.
Because I think we have to evict by 10 as per normal for that kind of thing.
Yep.
So we could probably see them on the way home.
Yeah, I was thinking that probably would make sense because it would also give us a reason to why we eventually need to actually head off.
Yeah. I mean, if they're around on, the middle of a Wednesday.
They'll be around pretty much all the time because they're self-employed, so they just do stuff.
Oh, fine.
So I imagine, I just think they'll probably be around.
Yeah, just give them a heads up when.
Yeah.
And say, "Where's Wednesday good for you, darlings?" And they'll say,
Yeah.
"Yay or nay."
Exactly.
And if they say yay, we can pop on and go, "This is the thing I live with. This is Hedgie."
Yep. Bless him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
If
introduce
you
them.
thought TK was a weird enough name, wait until you see Hedgehog, which is
Yes.
his actual legal name.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
At least mine's a pseudonym.
Well, yeah, that is true. Well, we did mention that to most of my family, didn't we? The fact that that's the thing you're most known as.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
your pseudonym.
it's like, because we got into the car to go to the event,
Yep.
and we had to pick up some relatives,
My uncle and his missus.
and it was like, they were doing the introduction thing, and it was like, "So, what's your name then?" And it's like, read off some of the list, and it was like, "But I don't know which one," and then it's like, "Which one should I use? Which one's going to cause the less confusion?" And Echo's like, "Just use TK."
Mainly because my mum knows him as TK, and therefore TK seemed a logical choice, being as that's what she knows him as, and also my auntie, her younger sister, knows him as well. So
Yeah. So that's the name that stuck.
yes.
And
So
then only one person actually asked, "What does it stand? Does it stand for anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, Thomas King." And they're like, "Oh, that makes sense."
yeah,
And it's like, "Yeah, it's just quick and easier.
yeah, that's it.
We're lazy."
But yeah, the joys of spending the afternoon, well, sort of like, I suppose it was afternoon, wasn't it? Most of the afternoon into sort of early evening.
Yeah.
In a large Victorian summer house overlooking the sea, as one does.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah.
It was a very, very nice place.
Yeah, and I also got to show you, like, basically where I spent my childhood, in a place where there is no electricity.
Yeah, so now I've got to see the formative years area, which
Yes,
is nice.
you have. Yeah, you've got to see where I spent pretty much the entirety of the first 18 years of my life.
Where you loved every minute of it, didn't you?
Yes.
There's no sarcasm there at all.
No sarcasm whatsoever.
But anyway, so I suppose that's kind of pretty much the majority of
It
my
was a
week.
lovely little celebration thing, though.
Yeah, it was quite pleasant.
And
Oh, and of course we did miss one vital thing. All of the adorable pooches.
yeah, I was about to mention, I was never told as we were going up.
Well, to be fair, I
That
didn't
there would be
even know.
doggos.
I didn't even know they were going to be there, so...
And it was like, you didn't even mention the possibility of doggos.
Well, I didn't even know that doggos were a thing.
And then just suddenly doggos. It's like, and they're doggos that like attention. This is the greatest day.
Yes. Well, you realise at least 2 of them are probably going to be partially permanently resident at mine for a while.
Really?
Well, when I get carpet. Once I get carpet, because so Paul and Lara's dog, the Stella,
Yeah.
will probably come and stay with me, and also when because obviously Paul's away at sea, and then Lara's likely to go back down to Spain for a bit.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'll be dog sitting.
Awesome.
And also Lexi as well, my auntie's dog, who's like up the road.
Yes.
So, and yeah, they were like, Yeah, when we've had enough of her, we'll just bring her down and you can just look after her for a while.
You could dog sit for a day or two, and he's like, yeah, sounds good to me.
Exactly. Well, I think probably when they go to the States next, they will just be like, so we need someone to look after Lexi. I'll be like, okay.
I'll
sure.
do that.
Yeah.
But I'm at work all
Sounds good.
day, so as long as she doesn't mind being left alone, that's fine.
Well, I don't know, because I should take some time off.
What do you need time off work for? Dog sitting.
Yeah.
It is a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
Shockingly enough, it is a legitimate thing. Dog sitting.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
People
that's
do
a reason to
take
take time
time
off
off.
work.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that actually it happens around about, like, end of October, November time, maybe?
Oh, yes.
In which case, I'll have all the time in the world
Hopefully.
for a while. Yeah.
As long as everything goes according to plan.
Well, there's that, yeah. That does assume everything goes to plan. And I become unemployed.
Dear God.
Voluntarily.
Voluntarily unemployed. So
quitting.
yes,
Yeah, without quitting. It's marvellous.
called redundancy.
Yes.
Voluntary
It is.
redundancy, yeah. But how about
Yeah.
your week, Mr. Xavier? How was yours?
Then. My week has been filled with work and hot weather because hey, mug everybody, mug.
Yes,
Lots
you
and
are.
lots of mug.
Oh,
Oh dear God. It's comedy.
it is.
Or at least it's trying to be. So yeah, spent most of the week working, catching up. We've got some people back, so work has been a little bit better, especially this Monday where we had more of our staff come back from holiday and sickness.
Hooray!
So it's like, hurrah! We could do things. And there was people who've done overtime because this weekend overtime was offered and people are insane. God knows why. But yeah, so work's not been too bad, which is handy because June is the run-up to the next holiday and then it's knuckling down on sorting everything else out for the wedding next year. So that's coming up for me. Weekend, I bimbled down to see TK and Tubbs because they were down at the flat. And mostly it was hang out in the muggy flat because, yay, mug.
Yep. And it's far too bloody hot to do anything, and we're all poor.
Yeah, there was that as well.
Alas, payday, where art thou?
And didn't get the best of sleep, which is kind of surprised because normally when I'm on the floor, I'm actually better. But I just didn't seem to get the sleep this time around,
warm.
so possibly. I think maybe I'm not accustomed to that, tissue paper you would call a sleeping bag.
Oh, you want the big fat sleeping bag back?
I'm not too fussed. I was fine the last time. I just think it was just this weekend potentially.
We can use the tissue paper to sleep under, and you can have the big fat sleeping bag.
I wouldn't complain. But
Although Tom said we heard you snoring enough,
yeah, 4 hours of solid snoring.
so you did get some sleep at least.
Yes. So it was mostly just chilling out. We did a little bit of random gaming because TK had a plan that he wanted to take in.
Yeah,
into-
we recorded the new TigerTails gaming video.
Yes.
I then captured it, edited it, rendered
Yep.
it, uploaded it to YouTube with the intention of putting on all YouTube's fancy bells and whistles.
Yep.
Go to get the preview screen up, and that was occurred. You cannot have a preview. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So today I went through and was doing things manually. Because if you can't get the preview to see how it looks, you can force feed it, basically.
Yeah.
And it only lets you do these end card things in the last 20 seconds of the video.
Yes.
Our videos have rolling credits. So our videos end about a minute or so before the actual end of the video.
Yes.
And you get some nice music and some rolling credits. So I've had to re-render the video with the video credit. Do you know the video clips that go with the credits?
Yep.
And after the show, I'll be re-uploading that to YouTube and just having the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah. The end card stuff is great, but I have had to edit how I do my edits. It's kind of scary.
YouTube is fucking ridiculous. It's like, we'll take away annotations, which you could have put on your video anywhere at any time, and then give you this stupid restrictive thing that you can only use in the last 20 seconds. And while you can put it anywhere, at any point in the last 20 seconds of your video, we won't make the preview player work so you can actually fucking position it, so you have to use their default fucking templates, delete half of the shit that comes with the template because it's in the wrong place, and then, yeah, deal with it. Suffer, bitch.
Yeah, I've had more practice than you at that, and so I already went through the, wow, our end card is long. I must cut down. Somehow. But yeah, so we did a bit of gaming. The E3 Bonanza started Saturday
It did.
with E3, which we'll get to in the news.
Yep.
Then it was, let's go to McDonald's at God knows how late in the evening because food.
It was only about 10:30 at night.
It was late enough, so we bimbled to McDonald's, and it was like, "Hey, look, here's the tablet of order." And I just sat there and watched the people who one person I expect to be thinner than me most days, another person I don't know well enough to know what his actual body size is normally, but he's about my size, and me. And it's just like, oh yeah, I'll have a Big Mac meal and a couple of burgers with all the pickles.
All of the pickles.
I'll have a Big Mac meal with a couple of burgers and all of the pickles, and I'm like going, I'll just have like a Big Mac meal and some McNuggets, because god damn it, this menu thing is too easy to abuse.
It is. It's just press buttons, receive food. It's
Yes.
amazing.
No, it's lethal. So then Sunday
too.
rolled round. TK disappeared at some point because I disappeared to see my friend Anthony. So we were catching up, chatting, wandering around Southampton. He's doing a charity thing where he's going to be doing some boxing, which for him is a thing he enjoys anyway. So it's a thing going on somewhere in Southampton. Cannot for the life of me remember where. But it was good fun to catch up with him. We chatted. We did a lot of talk about the hobby that we typically do, which is Warhammer. Yeah, Warhammer. And stared at plastic miniatures going, that's way expensive.
Yeah, especially as they're no longer die-cast metal.
Yeah, the die-cast metal that was cheaper, by the way.
Ironically so.
It kept you fit though, because a carry case of die-cast metal, white metal, and everything else. It's like I'm just gonna go to the gym. Why? I'm doing Warhammer this evening. Need to be pumped. Couple of carry cases.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who needs to go to the gym when you just carry that round for a bit? And...
Yeah, and you got your Warhammer thing. Just lift up with one arm, lift up with the other arm, lift up with one arm, lift up with the other arm.
You do your weights
It is
for
quite
free.
hefty. So I saw around, then came back, briefly saw Tubbs before I disappeared off to see Robin and the rest for a bit of roleplay. Chilled out in the evening with them, and then headed back. Thankfully, not missing my station because I was a little bit tired by Sunday. And got back and saw Jules, crashed out, and then work. So part way through the day, I was like going, and I'm just going to fall asleep in front of my desk.
I know that feeling.
Yay! Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
I know that.
Why does
feeling
my
too
body
well.
think 4 hours is good? I don't know.
No, for us it's not good.
Yeah, but I don't know how to shift it back. I used to be able to do 4 hours, and I used to be able to shift it around. For some reason at the moment, I can't. I think it's because I'm getting old.
Do you know the worst bit about having this lovely vision mixer of mixery goodness that I've got?
What?
It kicks out a tremendously large amount of heat.
Does it?
Oh,
Yeah.
So the more,
Put a PS3 4 next to you,
the more,
and have that running quietly in the background.
well, the more equipment you
Yeah.
add, the more.
Yeah, it's like, I'm amazed we ever need to send the central heating on in winter, I can tell you. With all this gear
Yeah,
kicking
there's
out
a
as much
reason.
heat as it does.
There's a reason why we turn the heating on in this place.
It gets bloody cold.
It's a fridge. So yeah, that's it for the weeks. Have we got some music to crack on with?
Of course we have some music.
Because we're going to be racing through the news, I feel.
We've actually got some music that we've been meaning to play since kind of episode 0 of the season.
You nearly said season 1. I thought, what?
No, I nearly said season 0, which would be impossible. We didn't have one of those.
No.
Yeah, episode 0 of this particular season, we queued up some OC remix type stuff. This was one of the very first things we actually had on the playlist and never actually got around to it. Until today! And so, with a song called Castle of Tears, which is a remix from Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, the artist Digi, what did I say? Castle of Tears.
news, and a discussion topic. With this segment, Tiger Tales Radio surely spoils you. This is the news of the week.
Yep, this is the news of the week. It's the part where we try and bring you news that is worldwide, global type news. Not just like... News, actual news. Not gaming news, that comes later. This is just regular news. News of the news variety that you might find on such places as the BBC. Or
like a lot.
Establishments like that.
Yes. What we will start off with then is the US repealing net neutrality rules.
They've actually repealed them.
It is now officially repealed.
Those dickheads.
The government has now repealed the ways net providers treat their data across networks. This was originally enacted in 2015 to stop, obviously, the abuse of providers, throttling. This was a heavy concern, and this was one of the things that the Obama administration brought in, I want to say.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. I do believe it was.
And yeah, my memory of the entire thing is a little bit sketchy at best. But yeah, so this was voted to be brought out, if you recall, back in months now, it feels like.
Yeah, it was a few months ago.
And the idea was this was being, along with a lot of things, being replaced by the Democrats' idea of things.
Republican idea.
I don't know, it's American politics.
Currently
expect me to-
Republicans in charge. Okay? So
Okay.
remember.
So the red guys are in charge, and
Yeah.
the blue guys are not happy.
Yeah,
So
pretty
the
much.
green guys, you know, they're coming for a turn around. You know, you're going to see them soon.
Well, if things keep going the way they are, that's
They probably will.
not too unlikely, yeah.
No.
Because isn't the the not conservative, not Republican, not... Oh, what the hell are they called?
The
Democrats?
monster raving loony
No,
party,
the one that Penn from Penn Teller's part of.
the Green Party.
No.
I don't know.
Oh, someone in China will know, I'm sure.
The one that who from?
The one where you're kind of in the
Penn.
middle. Yeah.
Oh, like our Lib Dems, supposedly.
No, nothing like our Lib Dems. Like what? Basically New Labour. The ones that are basically, yeah, as long as you're not hurting anyone else and not breaking any laws, yeah, get the fuck on with it. We don't care.
Liberals.
Libertarian. That was what I'm
Oh,
thinking
the
of.
Libertarian.
Right, yes.
Yeah, the Libertarians. You know, they may have a bit of a stronger holding in the future if things keep going the way they are.
That'd be nice.
It'd be nice for some centre
Right.
ground at least, as opposed to this diametrically left or right.
Well, yeah, you know, it's a fad. But yes, so in December, this was repealed. This was repealed by the FCC.
Right, then,
And
motion
everything-
to repeal.
Yeah, well, it's now been and done. And Monday, today, it's all gone. Ajit Pai, who chaired the FCC, who was known to oppose net neutrality in the past, said it put a brake on innovation. Obviously, there was a lot of arguments over that one because how does throttling break innovation? Or put a brake on innovation? No one's exactly made it
if
clear.
anything, it stifles innovation
Yeah.
by favouring large corporations with big pockets.
Yeah, but then it's not like, you know...
I bet like Article
GDPR.
13. Isn't that
Article
right?
13.
The EU.
Yeah.
Wankers.
It's becoming a thing at the moment.
Look it up, people. Article 13, the biggest threat to the internet since net neutrality.
Yes. So that we're not going to worry about too much, but that's happened. There's some YouTube drama which has hit.
What? YouTube
BBC?
drama?
Yeah,
What
the-
a shock! Who would have
It-
ever thought there'd be drama on YouTube?
Well, the best bit is the clique that it belongs to.
Oh, I've just seen the
So-
show notes. Oh, I want to read this article.
It's not furries. It's not furries.
For once.
What? Really?
A community of online bloggers has caused some drama. A specific blogger was targeted by another blogger because drama. This group is the vegans on YouTube.
Yeah.
What?
The vegans, yeah.
Of all
So
the people.
Anna Scanlon, who basically started up like a blog to talk about her veganism, as you would do because of diet and circumstance and things like this, she started the channel, started getting involved in the community, ran into Vegan Cheetah, whose real name is Charles Marlowe Cremides, who's also a popular vegan blogger, who tends to be more drama orientated. She made a comment about his videos. He then made a comment about her. The world exploded. And things were said, and she's effectively confronted him, asking him to retract things, and then filed a defamation suit in California, which then effectively managed to get through, from what I understand of the article.
It's part of the news article, because I'm reading this now.
Yeah.
And there's one particular thing that just makes me want to facepalm so hard. I will read the quote, and this is from the BBC News. Oh look,
Yep.
I've just cited my source. That's not something I'll be able to do under Article 13, is it?
No.
This will happen a lot.
I don't like the EU very much at the moment. Like in other subcultures, arguments in the vegan world are often fractious and, for those outside the subculture, often tediously detailed. Vegans argue back and forth about questions like whether it's okay to date non-vegans, or keep pets, or a host of other issues.
So translate that sentence and just add any religion you like.
Vegans asking
furries.
whether it's okay to date non-vegans.
Yeah, well, welcome.
What are
to
you,
community.
Catholic? Oh, gee. Damn, how fucking anally retarded must you have to be to ask that kind of question?
Yeah.
Okay, so the lawsuit didn't fully get through. It is there. The other guy has been suspended from YouNow, which is an alternative YouTube channel. His YouTube is still online, but most of his old videos have been taken down.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I've just got down to see the photo of Vegan Cheetah.
Yeah. He has filed a response to the lawsuit in May, 13 months after the original was filed,
He needs to eat
and a
some
trial
meat.
is now pending.
He doesn't look healthy. He looks like
What,
he's
to be-
about to die.
He does.
Welcome to vegan culture.
They have not picked a flattering screenshot, have they?
No, they
entertainment
have not.
news. Entertainment news. Harry Potter has won 6 Tomy, so this is the stage play.
What, as in The Cursed Child?
Yes,
It's won Tony Awards.
it's won Tony Awards. This was this Sunday, and it's picked up 6 Tony Awards.
Well, certainly not for story.
Well, it got Best Play, Best Direction. This was at the New York ceremony.
Yeah.
Glenda Jackson won Best Actress in a play for her performance in Three Tall Women. Andrew Garfield won Best Actor in a play for his turn in the revival of Angels in America. It's at least interesting to see, Harry Potter stuff being awarded. I do wonder if it's more a case of awarded because it's Harry Potter than it being good. But I've never seen that stage play, so I can't fully comment.
Apparently, the play, as in the actors, the staging and everything, is purely magical. The story leaves a little bit to be desired, shall we put it politely.
That's all right. It's not like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them will somehow not be quite what everyone's expecting at all.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes,
Because
I'm looking
everyone's
for the
got
fallout.
everyone's got their preconceived ideas on what it's supposed to be. And,
The start of the war, from the sound of it.
well, it does look like it is going to be the beginning, not the first Wizarding War, because that was against Voldemort. This will be World War II era.
Grindelwald.
Yeah, the Grindelwald War. So it's not the first Great Wizarding War, but it's the kind of minor wizarding scuffle, shall we say.
Which will undoubtedly take cities and destroy planes because scale makes no sense. But anyway, that's the movie.
He was the wizarding equivalent of the Nazis, don't forget, so... on a pure blood rampage.
Yes. Throwing his toys out of the pram.
Somewhat.
We do have some gaming news that also hit BBC News,
Yes,
and this is Steam related.
Yeah. And this makes
Now-
me giggle.
If you've been following the controversies recently with Steam, there has been a push to get rid of pornographic anime-style games off of Steam that kind of maybe did go through. And then there was the issue with Active Shooter showing up on Steam, a game where basically you were a guy with a gun in a school running around against cops and civilians.
But you could choose to be the cop if you wanted to.
Yeah,
Was the
so-
thinnest veiled excuse ever.
This led to lots of conversations. Steam needs to curate. Okay, not conversations. flat out demands by people who believe that corporations should tell us what to do because liberalism. Hang on, wait, that doesn't sound right.
I know, right?
So basically, Steam has come out with a statement, and effectively they're saying that it's not their job to curate whether or not a game is good. It's not to curate the content.
Yeah.
Their job is not there to, as long as it's not illegal or straight up trolling, their job is not to sit there and go, well, because you're making AIDS Simulator, we won't let it go on the store.
Yeah.
And I can see where that's coming from a consumer point of view, because it means if you want to play these games, you can play these games and you can sit in your own little corner playing these games.
They are there if you wish. As long as they're, as you say, not illegal and not obviously trolling, then go for it.
And if you don't want to play them, there are tools to curate your own queue. I've used them hundreds of times. You can actually put things so that you don't see specific genres, specific publishers.
You can do this wonderful thing where you just ignore their existence.
Yeah, but oh no, but it might show up in my feed, and then I'll get upset after seeing its title and maybe a screenshot, and my world will come crashing down, and my pearls that I'm clutching will just shatter because
said a user of YouTube. Yes.
And Twitter
and Tumblr.
Yeah.
The thing about this announcement isn't the announcement itself. The announcement is very pro-consumer. The control is in your hands. You've got the tools. Our job, to a certain degree, is to make sure there is quality on there and it runs. That's fine. Your job as a consumer is to pick and choose the games you want to play.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's led to some people flipping out, such as most of the games journalists screaming SJWs, and apparently Jimquisition.
Yeah, Jim Sterling had a go, but Jim Sterling came at it from a different point of view than the others. Most of the gaming press and the, shall we say, the regressive left were screaming about how can you allow this kind of content on your marketplace. Obviously, you don't care, you just want money. But the world shouldn't have to put up with this kind of content. And it's like, basically, if it's not what the world, if it's something that's different to your worldview, you don't want to see it on the store, and you don't want others to be allowed to see it either. Whereas Jim Sterling was like, so basically what you're saying is you're not going to quality control anything anymore. So long as it's not illegal, you're going to allow it. So as some games that have come through the net where it lacks even the executable file to run the game itself have managed to be sold on the Steam marketplace, Steam are now basically throwing in the towel and saying, no, we can't be bothered anymore. That was Jim's point of view, and to some degree, I can agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, that does at least make logical sense in
Yeah,
so much
I mean,
as if it's
it
a
needs
game
to work.
Yeah, if it's a game's marketplace, that is a fundamental thing that if you're going to be given the option to purchase it, you shouldn't have to go, well, am I actually going to get the thing that I'm purchasing?
Well, again, this is why there are the tools there, so you can get your refund, you can put your review on there, you can make sure as a consumer you are basically saying this is not a good game.
Or
That
a working
is
game.
Yeah, that is kind of the point.
Yeah.
The press kind of basically started going on about things like they're supporting these concepts, which is not true.
Well, no, 'cause they're
You
giving
can sell a
equal-
product, but you're not supporting it.
No, you're giving equal weighting to everything, aren't you?
Yeah.
But
So-
by giving these bad things a platform, you're supporting it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'd have disbanded it from existence already.
So does that mean that ISPs and the entire internet should just stop because, oh well, you're giving a platform for child pornography and all this kind of thing as well?
Don't
I mean-
read English politic news. Don't.
No.
Article 13.
Yeah.
That's not even
Yeah.
the thing.
No.
Don't listen to Theresa May basically saying, well, we must force social media in order to make sure all women are protected. Now that sentence sounds like it's a good thing.
No, it doesn't. Even when you say it like that, it sounds like a terrible thing.
Yeah. Even
It sounds like what you're saying is that women are incapable of policing themselves online and are incapable of avoiding anything that might hurt their feelings, and therefore society needs to protect their feelings for them.
No, not
because
society. All these corporations.
Well, same difference. The
They're
corporations
arguing that these private corporations are actually public corporations, and I'm sat there going, yes, because my tax dollars pay for Facebook.
What tax dollars?
Yeah, exactly.
Your British tax pounds, darling.
But this is the daft thing about these arguments. They're literally going, oh, they're supporting it. Well, no, they're not. They're selling games. That doesn't mean they're supporting the message. Your words are trying to say that. They're not meaning it. And the reason I can say this is because Nestle. And I say this because I've had this argument thrown at me hundreds upon hundreds of times. Yes, Nestle apparently sell baby milk. Nestle, whatever. Yeah. Sell baby milk to people in Africa, or you send baby milk to people in Africa, and they mix it with dirty water, and obviously the babies still get infected. So they accuse the company of not doing enough to actually, make sure their products used correctly.
Oh, what are Nestle going to do about that?
Exactly. So they boycott Nestle, and they'll boycott places that sell Nestle products. And I'm sat there going, well, I'm going to buy my Lion Bar because I don't need teeth.
No.
I've got a good reason not to buy Nestle. It's called Don't Want to Lose My Teeth. There we go. And it's the daft arguments like that. It's like, oh, yeah, they support this foreign country because banks, and they have this long-winded thing. And I sit there and I go, oh, my God. That's great for you. Turn the telly off, walk away. For me, I don't care.
It's like, it's not up to companies or society to police things so that you don't get offended. That's your job as an individual.
Well, certainly as an adult,
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough for non-adults. That's a different kettle of fish.
No, because it's their parents' job then to do that.
Yeah.
It is not the job of companies to make the world the way that you want it to be.
Yeah.
Be
I
the
will
change
say
that you want to see.
the arguments all seem to spend around the fact that they're going to take their money, so obviously they're going to profit from this. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. Yes, it is. That's why these people make these games.
Yeah.
If you turn around and start inflicting rules and saying, no, you can't charge for that. No, you've got to be diverse. No, you must do... Watch industry shrivel and die.
What, you mean like Marvel
Because
Comics?
It stops being an industry. It stops being a product that you're selling, and it starts being a community. Let's look at a community that's eating itself, shall we, furries?
Oh, yeah, let's not go there.
All the people going, we're not that bad. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were too open and willing. No, that's your sex life.
But now we've got all these Nazi fairies running around. Now, you have about 5 Nazi fairies running around, and you've got then hundreds of people who aren't as left-wing as you running around as well.
Who you then call a Nazi and wonder why they're pissed off at you.
Yeah. Makes logical sense.
But yes, that's it for the normal news. Do we have a bit more music?
Yes, and then...
Is this one a slightly shorter one than the last one?
Yes, it is. It's considerably shorter.
7 minutes.
And 36 seconds. Yeah, I was not ready for that. Now, this is an actual piece of music, as opposed to an OC Remix piece of music. And after that, we can go into the gaming news. Just looked at the time. This show's probably going to overrun.
What you mean, considering the fact
Oh,
that
crap,
we're only
yes.
5 minutes away from game time slot?
And we've still got the gaming news to go yet.
We'll
All those people who are tuning in about now for the gaming stuff,
don't worry, we'll get to there.
we'll get there, don't worry. But yeah, you're going to have to sit through the gaming news first, sorry, because it's E3 and there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
It's the E3 special.
What, you mean the only time in the year when actually you can't miss out the gaming news?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a really important time when there's actually shit
Some
to talk
of it
about.
you would. But anyway, the music you want to play.
The music, which is quite appropriate for the left wing, actually, as in how a normal person would feel about the left wing. It's Michael Jackson with They Don't Care About Us.
Now it's time for the latest gossip from the Silicon Grid. This is the gaming news.
Yep, it's that time where we talk about E3! And all the things relating to it.
Do you want to sort out
that-
the screen?
I do now. There we go.
Thank you.
I was
Meanwhile,
on
he
my voice
dies.
after all that.
So E3 has started. There's been a lot of news so far. We're fully expecting more because there is still stuff going on at the moment. There is stuff that we won't see from the streams.
Because it's on at the moment, we're missing it!
And there's some annoying things that I will mention as we go through because companies. But yeah, it kicked off with EA and the conference that was on Saturday. This is the one that we managed to actually see. I'm still part of the way through the Xbox One. Bethesda's been, Sony and Square Enix has been, Sony and everyone else is to
So
come.
anyone at
The
2
PC
o'clock in the
come.
morning tonight.
Yeah.
And then I've got work at 8.
No.
It's not going to be a joyous return to work.
No. So EA kicks everything off. It's... To sum up the EA conference, it didn't go well because too much shit happened before E3 for it to possibly go well.
But
Yeah.
the Battlefront, the Star Wars Battlefront 2 guy came out and says, we didn't quite hit the ground running.
They
Yeah,
were
you can say
thrown
that.
under the bus. This is the E3 where EA was literally throwing people under the bus. They did have some nice things on there. They did have some...
Yeah, the poor chap from Battlefront, though. It's not your fault, mate, probably. If it is, then you deserve to be suffering. But yeah,
Yeah.
you could tell he didn't want to be there.
So yeah, there was Battlefront news where they were talking about the solo tie-ins, because why not? Modes, the fact it's now going to be cosmetics only, there's not going to be loot boxes, there's going to be proper progression. If there's a community still within that game, I am sure they'll enjoy it. Battlefield 5 then had a further trailer. That wasn't good. And it demonstrated some of the tech at least,
Which looked pretty.
which looked pretty.
It's
just-
visually a not bad looking game.
it just didn't do
Interesting.
well. They're doubling down on the cosmetics. The story is going to be episodic, I feel. It's not going to be a campaign. You're going to have stuff released. I want to say something like Hitman. And if it is, I would fully expect it to be paid by that and have stuff released free. They said a lot. There's no loot boxes. There's no loot boxes. There was an
Yeah.
article that came out shortly after E3. Yeah, you're going to get airlifts with guaranteed one cosmetic item in them. And I'm sat there going, airlifts, loot boxes.
Oh no, because you have to pay for loot boxes.
Yeah, you still have to pay for the airlifts.
Oh, do you?
They're giving them away to start with. Do you think they're going to be giving them away after that?
Oh, I don't know, we'll see.
But yeah, so Battlefield 5, they do talk about it being their vision of World War II, so there's a bit more explanation about the atrocity that what trailer was to begin with. It's not a Company of Heroes game. It's you create your own character, you dress your own character, you play ridiculous multiplayer, and there's a story.
Yeah, there's
We
somewhere.
ignore the first... We ignore all those people who...
Not historically accurate in terms
Yeah.
of story, slightly
So
more
that-
historically accurate in terms of what you might see in terms
Yes.
of things like that.
So those were kind of like the big things to start with. An apologetic Battlefront, an apologetic Battlefield 5. Somehow they managed to do worse. Now we had the sports, which is pretty much typical. Madden, FIFA, I would have expected a bit more stuff on there because those are the things that do sell constantly because the sporting communities are dedicated. The fact FIFA has pre-World Cup and they're releasing like a free run of it so you can play now is impressive and will ship units because the FIFA community is dedicated. The Ultimate Teams is still a thing, so those guys that we don't watch and we don't care about will love it. Madden, similar thing. They even had a guy who won a Madden tournament come on, which I didn't even realise was a thing. But it does kind of underline that there are communities outside of our own gaming community that
Indeed.
really enjoy these things.
And yeah, because
Yeah.
the EA Sports esports leagues are within their own sphere exceedingly popular.
Yeah, and they also showed NBA, and I sat there and I went, okay, so they're bringing back Street again, and they're bringing back college basketball, and
Yeah.
it's looking fun. That was a big thing with that, because I've played the NBA stuff, and I played NBA Street a little bit. when it was fun, when it was EA big, I enjoyed those things.
Yeah, you're listening to EA Radio Big and with DJ Tomiko on SSX.
Just don't watch the Twitch chat because it was constantly
Cancer.
about Skate 4 and not interested in this game, and I'm sat there going, I'm not surprised you're not interested in this game. It's probably not for you, but there's a lot of other people. They did move swiftly on to a mobile game, which was odd. But then this is the company that also had laser tag at one point, didn't they?
No,
And,
that was Ubisoft.
oh, that was Ubisoft. It feels...
I wanted that laser tag. That laser tag. Well, the presentation was so cheesy. That laser tag looked so fun.
Yeah. But this was CNC. I called it pretty much from the moment I realised Tiberium was on the map. And it's a mobile CNC game. And of course, all the traditionalists are like, oh, they're bringing out the dead horse. Oh, they're flogging the dead horse. Oh, they're killing CNC. People will get this. People will play it. People will enjoy it.
Because
Just
it's Command and Conquer.
Oh, because it's Command and
Yay.
Conquer. Because it actually looks like a tactical game that requires some thought, unlike Dawn of War 3.
Okay.
And
Game I might actually like.
yeah, it's a fun
You just have to buy a
game.
new phone to run it.
Yeah, you'll just have to buy a new phone to run it. But the
Yeah.
fact that mobile games being accepted and presented in this mainstream environment does underline,
crushed.
does underline mobile is becoming a gaming mainstead. They then went into the little studios because they talked about the game of the two prisoners escaping and stuff like that. They then showed Tangled 2,
Yes.
or Untwined 2,
Untwined, yeah.
and I sat there and I went, oh, that's a streamer game. And they went, yes, because you can play it as one player and then split yourselves to have two characters that you both control.
Bare feet on the
control
stream.
both.
Bare feet on the stream.
Or you have a friend
All the
who plays
fetishists.
with it.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
sat there going,
interesting.
yeah, that's going to be streamed constantly. It was pretty. And
Tops actually wants to get it so we can stream
Yeah.
it on TigerTails Gaming.
it's a fun-looking game. It's a puzzler with proper physics. I never played the first one. It was on the list of things I wanted to. I never got to it. I am tempted.
It's on
They
the
then
PlayStation
have-
and Xbox stores right now. The original
Yeah.
is $14.99. The sequel is $15.99.
Wow.
It's £1 more.
Bloody hell.
Wow.
They then
Whole
moved
pound.
into Sea of Sorrow. This was a weird one, and it is another original, so it's a studio EA like partnering with to bring stuff out, like they've done with the guys who did the two Prisoner game. It looks interesting because the world talks about how if you're isolated and alone, and I feel maybe depressed, you turn into a monster. And then you have an exploratory adventure style game.
And you've got to
Not a
try
lot
and
of...
get yourself human again.
Yeah, there's not a lot of gameplay been shown, but it does look like an exploratory thing. Mate, there's been a few games similar to this. So again, I'm fairly expecting this to be streamed by certain people. So those were good. Then we moved towards the tail end of this because there wasn't that many games that EA were talking about.
I didn't realise we were going to do a blow-by-blow of each conference.
Yeah, because if we're going to overrun, we're going to overrun goddamn well. But I've only gotten halfway through Microsoft, so we're fine. The Anthem bit, which was the bit I was interested in, where somehow they managed to dedicate an entire end of a segment of a conference to a Q&A.
Yeah,
Fucking Q&A.
I know, right?
And then they showed some gameplay footage of a badly cut run through a demo that won't get shown by any of the game changers who played it because they aren't allowed to record and show it. They just have to talk about their experiences. And at no point do I now trust any of the EA game changers that I've watched.
Yep.
I watched several people to get an idea of how the game plays, and they're bigging up certain bits and pieces, but it's like, is the flying good? What's the looting like? How's the mechanics work? It looks more and more like Mass Effect style gameplay now, just with flight. And it's like, can you just honestly tell me things to compare it to so I can get a better understanding? No, it's good. It feels great. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna need a demo. But yeah, we don't get to play that.
No.
EA finished. We then have the Microsoft.
No, we didn't.
It's Bethesda, Microsoft.
Bethesda next.
I've not gone to Bethesda,
No,
but
we've
basically
not-
Bethesda is
They showed off
massive
some
title,
things.
massive title, massive title, massive title, massive title,
Well,
and massive title.
Microsoft showed off some other bits as well.
Yeah.
They showed off a little bit of Kingdom Hearts 3. they gave the exclusive on Fallout 76, even though we all knew that was already out. And also revealed Halo 6 as well, now known as Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite, which looks massive.
Well, I've put a link in the show notes for you, Pete, so you can have a look at that, and also some Fallout 76. However, something I was very happy to see is Kingdom Hearts 3
Frozen
finally has an announced date, a release date even. Finally.
Yeah.
And it's a bit later than they were expecting, because they did say that they wanted it to be out in 2018. It's now been pushed back to January the 29th, 2019 in the US and probably the rest of the world, but being released 5 days earlier in Japan on January the 25th. So our Japanese streamers will be able to play it first.
Terra's a villain.
Never mind that. What happened to Aqua?
That's the one. Aqua's a villain. I sat there and I went,
Wow.
It's shit.
Is she a villain? I mean, she
Kind
seems
of
to have
looks
succumbed
it.
to the darkness, but is she a villain?
I don't know.
Because
And
if
they're
you-
already playing the heartstrings with the Frozen bit as well. It's like, God
If
damn
you've
it.
played 2.8, and you'll have played the kind of little sequel-esque chapter to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, which reveals kind of what happened to Aqua at the end of her story from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and went into a little bit more detail there. And
Yeah.
it seems that thread is being picked up in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Well, this is the end of it. This is the thing. This is going to be the conclusion of the most convoluted story outside of Final Fantasy.
But
13.
they're going on to Roxas as well, by the look of it. They're talking about him.
Yeah, they mentioned him.
I like Roxas. I know a lot of people hated the start of Kingdom Hearts 2.
I
the Roxas
hated
section.
Roxas.
I didn't mind that section at all.
Fuck Roxas.
I mean,
So
I
that's...
did spend that entire section going, are we actually ever going to get back to Sora? Is Roxas now the lead character in this game? What do I
Only if you speed run the thing like fuck. But yeah, so Bethesda really did a lot of announcements. They trolled the fuck out of themselves with their Skyrim announcement.
Yeah.
Skyrim! Very special edition.
Which?
Oh yeah, by the way, Elder Scrolls 6.
Yes. But Skyrim, very special edition for Amazon Alexa. Or the Amazon Echo. So you can... Basically, it was a video where it was one of those like old text adventure games, and basically it would describe your surroundings, and then you'd get to say your action. Turned out, it's real.
Oh my god.
As I put a link in the show notes for you, Pete, they have actually released Skyrim, very special edition. Yes, it is a joke still, but it's a joke they've actually committed to, and released it.
So, yeah.
What have they released it for?
Amazon
The
Alexa.
Amazon Echo Dots. The Echo stuff.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So Alexa will describe to you the setting and the scene and give you, what options you have, and then you tell Alexa what action you wish to take.
I shoot the darkness.
Do you reckon I should
so,
install
yeah.
it?
Yes, I do.
Bethesda
Are you gonna
blew
come play it?
EA out of
Yes.
the water with a list of games that have made our gaming on Reddit explode.
Well, Fallout
Then
76.
comes Microsoft. Yeah,
Fallout 76 is something that needs talking about.
it's a prequel to the previous games,
Yes.
but still having all of the stuff from Fallout.
It's a prequel, and it's also an MMO.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm not 100% sure.
If you, Tubbs was overjoyed. He wants a Fallout MMO, and so when they came out and said, "Oh, this one is going to be the one where you play it online," and I was like, "Wait, what? Fallout Online? Bow, you have our attention." And so yeah, well, you can play it single player. It's still always online, and you'll find it to be a much more beneficial and better experience to team up. And you can
As you would
build
on an
anywhere.
Oh god.
And other players can come into your camp and wreck it if they wish. Or
Hello,
buy it.
Dark Souls.
Yeah. And they also have missile silos laying around. And
Hello, Dark Souls with nukes.
Yeah, so basically, you can nuke other teams.
This is bad.
So what's this skill that I'm wanting to install?
I don't know what they've called it. It might be called Skyrim Very Special Edition.
Yeah, you'll need to look it up. So
just
yeah,
look for
Bethesda knocked EA out of the park. Microsoft pretty much went out and has done what they've done before and gone, we are just going to talk about games. To which everyone was going, hallelujah. Infinite was announced. Everyone was going, hallelujah. The Kingdom Hearts trailer was shown. We have Crackdown 3, or as I'll ever call it, the Terry Crews simulator. They were joking at one point about getting Terry Crews to be like a major character because he did like a live action intro, and they were saying, no, Terry Crews ain't going to be in it. You're not going to play Terry Crews. No, you're going to be Terry Crews in Crackdown 3. For someone like myself who likes these kind of big out-of-blown characters and admittedly watch the Old Spice adverts a lot, this will be hilarious.
I think that's a sign of your age.
Yes, it's a sign of my age, but if I can't have the other Old Spice guy and the horse, I can have Terry Crews. So that's been announced. There's a few other things. Ori and the Blind Forest sequel. Oh my god, let's pluck the heartstrings now. I still need to play that one as well. But that sequel's coming out, and there's lots of stuff, because they just went games, which is good. In the middle, though, well, part way after an hour, they went, by the way, we're buying these studios. Sorry, we've bought these studios.
Yeah.
Big studio, big studio, big studio. Ninja Theory! Okay. Sounds like you're taking a commitment to being a first-party publisher. Seriously. Okay, I can respect that. Thank you. Move on, Phil. But yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. Square Enix is going to be Final Fantasy VII. I don't know what... I think Ubi isn't doing it this year, are they? No, Ubi's not doing it this year. And Devolver and the PC stream I need to kind of find... Because Devolver disappeared very quickly. It would just ever loot, and the PC one is bounces between interesting and boring.
Devolver are doing one.
It's somewhere, I just don't know when.
Devolver, I think they've done theirs already. London, it was at 4 o'clock in the morning this morning, so we've missed it.
Yeah, so we may actually get back to properly talking about this in a proper E3 podcast, because that was a thing.
Ubisoft are doing their thing at the moment. PC
they
Gaming
are
Show
doing
is on at 11 o'clock tonight. And then Sony are doing their press conference at 2 o'clock this morning.
Because,
with
hey, sleep!
Nintendo doing a video presentation at 5 o'clock on Tuesday night.
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot more news of other stuff, because not everything is shown on the stage. There will be tons of things from the outlets that will be talked about by all of the news streams. The fact that games were announced and released to this weekend because of E3 is mind-boggling, because previously games got buried because of E3. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. We may come to an E3 podcast later down the line, but we need to try and get our head around everything before we properly put our thoughts together about what this E3 is going to be, because this was initially looking like the E3 of, yeah, we're very sorry for all the shit games. We're very sorry. We're so fucking sorry.
Microsoft came out and said, we've got 50 games to announce this year! And, like, some of them are, like, exclusive to our console, and some of them are world exclusives that we won't have seen anywhere else before. We've got all these lovely announcements and things. Yeah, it'll be great and stuff, and world premieres and things. And then, yeah, the kind of the exclusive games that they've got, they're all also out on PC.
PC doesn't count. You've got to remember that. PC doesn't count.
Everything is coming out on PC that is coming out for Xbox. So why buy an Xbox? Why do it?
Let me think. Driver updates. USB conflicts. What else? Oh yes, AMD chipset updates. Your graphical driver needs updates. Oh yes, need to upgrade your graphics card. Awesome. Prove to me that you're not a Bitcoin miner. Come on. Prove it. I only want a GTI. No. Prove you're not a Bitcoin miner.
Yeah, go on, prove it.
And I wish I was making this up. I really wish. So it's like, yes, PC Gaming Master Race. We have difficulty.
Yeah, I would never call them a master race by any stretch of the imagination. But when it comes to Microsoft, because they're so heavy to push the Windows 10 platform, they have made everything. They've made the Xbox Store available on Windows 10, and therefore completely negated the point of buying a console. And also, to put the icing on that top of that cake, they have turned round and said that they are working on the next generation of console. So
Yeah, that I think we're going to have to talk about at another
They
time because
didn't-
I've heard a lot of news about both sides on this.
it was just a single line to say, because they were talking about the hardware development teams and things, and they did mention that they're working on the next generation. So why bother buying an Xbox One X when you can just wait a couple of years and have the very latest PC in a
Why
box?
buy a PS4 Pro when they're currently working on PS5?
Allegedly. But
Wouldn't surprise me.
at the moment, there's no point buying a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X unless you have a 4K
Well,
telly.
That's pretty much it for the news. I think we need to move swiftly on into a Jackbox game of some description.
Well, we'll play a song first then.
Oh, okay.
It's only a short one. It just allows me time to get all setup done. So, so there. So, this is one of Hedgie's picks, so you can thank him. But it's going to be the song that's going to get stuck in your head. It barely needs any introduction because it's the Proclaimers with I'm going to Be 500 Miles.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm walking, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, oh, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I drove, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's going over you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. And I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles and fall down at your door.
You're listening to TigerTails Radio, giving Cards Against Humanity a run for its money. It's time for Quiplash.
Yep, it's time for Quiplash. Yeah, because we all like a game of Quiplash, don't we, boys and girls?
Don't we just?
And so, I think we should probably not waste any time and get straight into it.
Yes.
And so, your Quiplash code is JQHH. That's
Quebec Hotel.
That's it. Julia Quebec Hotel is quite correct. And so, myself and Xavier are in channel. Now, don't forget, if you wish to play this game of Quiplash, you can go and point a device at jackbox.tv. That can be a web page, browser, whatever. And give yourself a nickname, put yourself in the room of JQHH, and you can join us in Quiplash.
Yes.
Now, don't forget, YouTube lags. Sometimes
seconds or
it
so.
can be anything between 10 to 20 seconds. So, when playing, pay attention to the device, not the stream. Because the stream will be kind of a little bit laggy behind the action.
Unless we say otherwise.
Yes. Okay, who are you the slut in channel?
Me? No.
Well,
No, of course not.
well,
Never.
Let's just have a look at that shit-eating grin he's wearing there when he says, "Are you the slut in channel?"
No, never.
No,
Me?
not in the slightest.
No.
Right.
if people want to vote on whether or not he is or not, please feel free.
Well, I could just do this. And then we have the shit-eating grin massively, and Quiplash a little teeny tiny corner.
Yeah,
Or I could reverse roles and do that.
you could.
So yes, if you wish to play, you will need an internet-enabled device. You'll need to point it towards jackbox.tv, give yourself a name, enter the room code Juliet's Quebec Hotel, and we will then get to do some questions, answer some silly answers, and have all the memes because we do every time. If you're not interested in playing once the game has started, you can join the audience and influence the vote that way.
And on that note, I think we've given everyone quite enough time if they wanted to join the game. So, on that note, I think it's time to press the go button.
Indeed.
So, if you have come in too late and you did want to join, you can still join the audience. Just put, what was it, JQHH as your room code and join in.
Howdy, folks. It's your old pal Schmitty with another game of Quiplash. Everybody strapped in? Good deal. Let's do it. Time for round one. You'll get 2 prompts on your device. Just answer them however you want. Your responses, or quips, will be pitted against someone else's, and everyone will vote on their favorite. You score based on the percentage of players who like your answer. Plus, there are winners' bonuses at stake. Go!
And so now it's that time where we're all really, really quiet as we all try and think of an answer.
Yay. Oh god. Damn it. I'm gonna have long answers this time, I feel it. Oh! Oh god damn it, the question.
Well, that's half of us in at least, so
I'm writing
almost.
novels, don't mind me.
yeah. It's almost all there, just one to go.
I swear blind.
My
The
answer didn't
Jackbox
fit.
crew.
I had to abbreviate it.
I swear blind the
Let's see what
Jackbox
we
crew
got.
watch
Starting things
our
off,
stream.
the biggest mistake you can make at an all-you-can-eat
These
buffet.
questions, it's starting to feel personal now.
Okay,
Yeah.
pick
So-
your favorite and vote.
What's the biggest mistake you can make at an all-you-can-eat buffet? To mix curry with dessert, it's nasty. Or taking someone with bulimia.
I'd have thought Echo would have somehow gotten into these answers.
Why?
Come on, guys!
What's wrong with taking Echo? He just eats the place out and doesn't get any fucking
cider-
bigger.
Cider and spicy fries.
Someone starting with strong here. Taking someone with bulimia is currently the biggest mistake you can make. Tub wins with a Quiplash.
Surely just any kind of eating disorder would be a
And
bad
next
idea.
is, after killing Hitler, the second thing you would do with a time machine.
So, after killing Hitler, the second
Okay,
thing that
vote.
you would do with a time machine, teabag baby Trump, or unfuck my life?
Well, it depends
I
who's
think one of those things would be the thing you do before killing Hitler.
Yeah. And
Well-
not teabagging baby Trump.
No one should teabag baby Trump. Let's just put that straight out there right now.
No, because you'll get arrested.
It's
Yes.
illegal. Wait
is
till he's
why-
18, then teabag him.
Oh, I don't think I'd want to teabag him regardless. I don't know what you'd catch.
Next, the worst
Like, do you
thing to
imagine-
write in the tip
Well, I'll
section
tell
of
you
a
now, it will be a president.
Time to vote.
So the worst thing to write in the tip section of a check, which is basically the bill in a restaurant.
Yep.
So, sex dungeon equipment is a terrible thing to write in there. Or, I would tip for service, but I'm cheap. And it's quiplashes across the board today. I would
Indeed.
tip for service, but I'm cheap is the third quiplash in as many questions.
Second round's going to be
Next
shit.
one,
Yeah.
title of the worst book.
Calm
to
down.
read
Stop
So-
quiplashing.
So, title of
Put in
the
your
worst
notes.
book to read on the toilet. Shit Eating, The Beginner's Guide to Smug. The fuck? Or Reading on the Toilet Gives You Cancer.
I'd have gone anything by...
I'm assuming the first answer is a
Oh.
is a typo on the final word, but
Yeah, I think that's TK's. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
You never heard of the shit-eating grin?
I've heard of the shit eating grin. You mentioned it
It's
earlier.
the first one that's not a quiplash. We have defeated the quiplash run.
Next
indeed we
prompt.
have.
Not that
You
it
know
matters
you
in
have a
round
shady
one.
landlord when blank.
So, you know you have a shady
Ready,
landlord
set,
when
vote.
he wants your butt before rent. Or you know you have a shady landlord when she rents out the cage under her bed to you.
Yeah, but TK's landlord isn't a woman.
Also, the landlord doesn't own the cage.
No, quite.
And it's under a shelf. Well,
Yeah.
table. But enough about that.
Equipment. Contents of your room.
And again, it's another 3-1. So no quiplash.
Nope.
And also, someone's not voting. For shit.
Next in line, the worst
May have
thing to
been,
hear from your spouse.
drop
I'm
out
leaving
of the
you
internet.
for blank.
So, the worst thing to hear from
Vote
your
away.
spouse, I'm leaving you for daddy, or I'm leaving you for other people because I don't love you anymore. So, going from, monogamy to polyamory, maybe? I don't
I
know.
don't know. The thing is, Daddy is what Milo Yiannopoulos calls Donald Trump. So it's like, I'm leaving you for Trump.
Yeah, but to be fair, you can high-five your dad. You can't deal with the other one.
It's 50-50 splits.
Yeah.
And Jigglytop says Daddy. And
Spot the people who've had real
That's
emotional
all for
heartbreak
round
and
one.
those who
Here's the
didn't.
scoreboard.
Yes. I'm going to be right in the bottom.
no change there. No, it's me.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right in the bottom.
I've
Well,
stolen your bottom.
that's about where you live, isn't it, really?
I live under.
Round two time.
TK
Look
hasn't
sharp
been
because
that
I'm
down
doubling
far in the
all
bottom
point
for a long
values.
time.
No, you're right, it hasn't.
Yeah, far too long. Anyway,
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, I'm straight in there. Which means that I then have to try and fill the void of silence as everybody else types. This is always a bad move. So I'll just sit here and waffle about any old nonsense. Oh, that's 3 of us. That's 3. And 4.
Okay, so I've gone for an honest answer and an answer that will scar the eyeballs.
Good, that's usually a good combination.
I'm in.
Wow, you were the last one in? That's unusual.
Okay, moment of
Dickens.
truth.
No, it's not.
No,
TK.
I said that with
Hardest
pure
part about
sarcasm.
being a U.S. president is that every day
writes novels.
you must decide blank.
So, the hardest part about being a US president
Okay, select
is that
your
every
favorite
day
whip.
you must decide what branch of Antifa to piss off next, or what spray tan to use.
Neither of those is hard.
Well, there's lots of branches of Antifa to piss off. It's got to be tricky to decide which one.
Yeah, which
And
one
there's
you're going to pick?
Dartboard.
there's lots of spray tans.
Yeah, but that's only applicable to the current president. I'd imagine that spray tan wouldn't work so well with...
Obama.
Yeah, I was going to say. Unless it's lightning spray, I guess.
Up next, something in 98%
He's
of
not
all
Michael
cargo
Jackson.
pants pockets.
So, something in 98%
Vote
of
on
all
your
cargo
devices.
pants pockets. Mutilated babies or condoms.
No. Holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holes definitely.
Or fluff.
Multiple phones.
Or fluff. Fluff is also another.
Receipts from 13 years ago that you didn't realise you had.
Oh, good God, yeah.
Loose change, 5p's.
A
There's
condom
something the
and
American-
with a
I-
quiplash.
Yep, I lashed the whip.
The slut gets a quiplash.
With condoms.
Or, for me,
less.
headphones,
And
because
next,
they go through the wash
forget
more in my
carpooling
trousers than
to
anything
build a
else.
special driving lane just for blank.
God damn
So,
headphones.
forget carpooling. They should build a special driving lane just for drivers who know what the fuck they're doing, or those BMW bastards, and then blow them all up.
Spot the drivers, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spot those
indeed.
people who drive.
It could be either of those, though, to be fair. Because
To be-
every
to be
driver
blunt.
thinks they know what they're doing.
Having a lane for those who know what they're doing inevitably means all of the bad drivers go into it.
Oh,
And it's a 50-50 split.
Oh, damn it.
So, Jiggly and Iwabot both
Your
get
next
50%.
prompt is, what keeps Adam Sandler making movies?
So, what keeps Adam Sandler
It's
making
voting
movies?
time.
I
Money.
don't know. Someone please find it and kill it. Or the cocaine addiction.
No, it's,
like the Adam Sandler moment. I'll take cocaine.
it's money. It's just money. Because if it was anything else, he'd actually get good scripts.
I don't know. Someone please find it and kill it. Wins.
Next
3
up,
to 1.
a new name for bananas.
I mean, Bedtime Stories had a brilliant idea. It's just
So, a new name for
Average.
bananas is either edible minions or edible dildos. And since it's never a dildo,
It's gonna be Minions.
banana. Banana?
and it's edible minions 3 to 1. Echo,
Banana.
your cost tubs a quick flash.
Banana.
Next to the hopper, Santa's phasing out reindeer, and next year his sleigh will be pulled by
Santa
blank.
is phasing out reindeer, and
Vote
next
now.
year his sleigh will be pulled by elf slaves or Echo with a reindeer tail and horns. Well, I know which one of those I'm voting for.
It's
The
a
one
quick
that
flash.
gave Pete a quiplash.
And everyone else,
Yes.
white bleach is now required.
Why? Why is
Round 2 is
me
now
with
complete.
the reindeer
Let's see where
tail
we
and
landed.
horns mind bleaching?
Because you didn't
just
specify
put-
any other clothing and it's cold up there in the sky.
Exactly, so there's
put
going to be
that-
nothing to see.
I
With,
mean,
you know, hidden.
jingle bells.
you're in second, I'm in third.
Oh,
I know, right? It's the
Goodness.
last lash.
Round 3, the
Oh,
last
gosh.
flash.
gonna
Everybody's
be an
getting the
interesting
same
round.
prompt, so don't hold back.
And it's comic lash, so listen to the audio. We'll tell you what
Audio?
the comic is.
Comic.
Oh, right.
So, it's complete the comic. It is what looks like a sheriff on a horse. Oh, not sheriff, just some rider going, let's go on an adventure. What do you say, Rusty? By the way, the person is huge. What is the horse's reply?
and I'm already in.
So am I. Right, so we have a rather large gentleman riding a horse saying, let's go on an adventure, Rusty. What do you say? What's the horse's reply? So we are just waiting for one person who is now in Article 13 has finally... Is that it?
Finally
Okay,
been
let's go to the
deployed. The world has
In
ended.
this round,
Oh,
you've
gosh.
got 3 medals to give to your 3 favorite quips. Gold, silver, and bronze. Choose wisely.
So, what is the horse saying in relation to let's go on an adventure? What do you say, Rusty? We have nay. We've got fuck off, fat man. I'm gonna bone Echo. How about no, you insensitive shit? Not with you on my back, fatso. Fuck off. My arse is still sore from the last one. Or get off, you fat fuck. You're breaking my back.
Whilst it may seem we are endorsing fat shaming, no, we're not.
No, it's a horse.
Front
Brace
of me.
yourselves, here come
Okay.
those medals.
Oh yeah, because the
Um,
stream thing went black.
We
Because
keep having a
you
hiccup.
died.
And finally,
Oh no,
gold.
it's alright.
It'll be back.
Great. Let me just turn those medals into points for you.
That'd be lovely.
Ooh. Wow, we're
Oh,
throttling
hell
home, guys.
yes!
So the cleanest answer in there with Nay
It's
gets
over.
the most
Let's
points.
see the
Oh,
final
yes.
scores.
It's not enough to win.
No, it's not, you're right. But it at least means I'm in second.
With Jiggly third, me fourth, and
And
I love
Article
how
13
literally
last.
the clean... Well, hopefully so. Well, at least it means that I didn't come in the bottom.
I don't know if I can even use any of this for Facebook. This is really bad.
well, you could probably use condoms from the slut.
Yeah.
Okay,
Would you want to use them after that?
Well,
who not use if seal has been broken?
Yeah. My seal was broken long ago, darling.
I think that's part of the problem, really.
Yeah.
Right, so what we'll do is we will jump to another song, and from... Actually, no, we won't. We will jump back to the studio. Ha ha ha.
Oh, hello.
I know, right?
Yes, you'll
So,
see me again.
so that we can then jump to another song in just a moment. Because that's the way the cookie crumbles. So that was our first game of Quiplash. Do we want another game of Quiplash, or do we want to dive into Trivia Murder Part? TKO's been requested. TKO, not too suitable for the stream because some of the people use PCs and laptops for the thing, not touchpads, and trying to draw with a mouse is very difficult. We had an attempt of using TKO once.
Oh yeah, didn't we in the before the test stream when
Yeah.
you got this latest version?
It didn't go down so well.
Nah.
But yes, so another Quiplash game or some Trivia Murder Party because they seem to work on stream quite well. We also have bracketeering, which works on stream quite nicely as well. So if we want to go with one of those, shout during the next song. But the next song is going to be, he says, quickly looking at the board, and it would be the very last one on the list, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Because it hates me.
Or You Hate You, which is...
Or that too, yes.
Yeah. It's very weird having no backing music, like, between...
I know, right? It's only for a short period, though, because we are going to jump straight into... The family was our first game of Quiplash. Do we want another game of Quiplash, or do we want to... Was our first game of Quiplash. Do we want another game of Quiplash, or do we want to dive into Trivia Murder Part? TKO's been requested. TKO, not too suitable for the stream because some of the people use PCs and laptops for the thing, not touchpads, and trying to draw with a mouse is very difficult. We had an attempt of using TKO once.
Oh yeah, didn't we in the before the test stream when
Yeah.
you got this latest version?
It didn't go down so well.
Nah.
But yes, so another Quiplash game or some Trivia Murder Party because they seem to work on stream quite well. We also have bracketeering, which works on stream quite nicely as well. So if we want to go with one of those, shout during the next song. But the next song is going to be, he says, quickly looking at the board, and it would be the very last one on the list, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Because it hates me.
Or You Hate You, which is...
Or that too, yes.
Yeah. It's very weird having no backing music, like, between...
I know, right? It's only for a short period, though, because we are going to jump straight into the foundations, hopefully, with Build Me Up, Buttercup.
We've now reached the audience participation portion of the show. It's game time.
Yeah, it's game time, and it means that we are moving swiftly on to the next Jackbox game,
Indeed.
which is apparently Building Up Publica. No, it's not. It is Trivia Murder Party. Ooh. So your room code is NALK. That's not another Lion King. It's Trivia Murder
late.
Party. So we have Rubberbone, the slotty one, which will be Echo, myself, and I'm a bot, which will be there, Mr. Xavier. So we'll give people a moment or two if they want to join in with some murdering in the trivia and the partying, and then we will go from there.
Watching us fail to spell, fail to add,
Fail to do maths, yeah. Fail to guess boxes and colours and having to chop fingers off. Yeah! So we will give people just a moment or 2 or 5 because it is very warm. And I would like an opportunity to go and get some crushed ice in my thing of water.
He says water. What he means is shirt.
No, I'm keeping a dry shirt. It's my Five Nights at Freddy's shirt. That's my Five Nights at Freddy's 2 shirt. Because it has mangle on it.
Oh, yeah, I can now drink my water that actually has melted ice on it.
Yeah, so one good thing about going down seeing the guys, it's like, oh look, there's an ice machine. I shall partake.
Crunchy, icy.
Yes.
So yes, if you wish
It's
to
early
join in-
morning, I'll use the ice machine. I'm not waking anyone up.
No, not in the slightest. So if you do wish to join in with Trivia Murder Party, it's jackbox.tv, enter the room code NALK, and you too can take part.
Knock.
And, oh, Daddy's just joined. See, this is why we allow people a while. Otherwise they'd have to join the audience.
Yes.
My water is just about refilled. So yes, hydrate yourself, people. It's warm out tonight.
Yeah,
Hydration is
hydrate a
important.
lot, guys.
I could have done that during the song, really, but never mind. So, I think we have everyone who's going to be coming in. If you do wish to play along after the game has started, this is another game where you can join the audience and try and get as many points and try not to die. So, I'm assuming everyone knows the rules already. Let's start the game. Yeah, we've seen the intro.
Wake up. Wake up! Welcome to Trivia Night, a perfect storm of unholy truths.
Right,
But
should we
there's
skip this as
trivia,
well?
Games of skill,
Yeah, feel free.
and lots
Yep.
of
Sounds like the
eye-watering
Ubisoft
talking,
conference
but
is gonna be
whatever,
interesting.
Let's get to it.
Oh, good. Right, game has started. Pay attention to your device.
Question.
Yay.
Where in Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom would you find the Haunted Mansion?
Oh, shit.
Use your device to answer the question.
Oh, blimey.
Fuck. And I've been there.
I haven't! I've not been to any of the Disney parks.
Neither have I,
And the
so I'm
correct
just guessing.
answer is...
Jules does say
And I still got it
she
wrong.
wants
Question right.
So did I.
to go- she wants to go again.
Huh?
Everyone is wrong.
Jules does say,
I
has said
have a
she wants. Oh
surprise
fuck! I
for
got it
you.
wrong. She wants to go again.
We all got it wrong. No one got that right.
We are dead.
anymore.
Welcome to the fastest game of Trivia Murder Party ever.
We're going to play chalices.
Oh,
Five
gosh.
chalices.
Is this
Half
math?
of them are
No,
poison.
chalices.
Half the
Pick a
chalices are
chalice to
poison.
drink from.
Okay, so 3. Everyone pick
Confession.
3.
I haven't watched these chalices in a while, so I'm sorry if they taste kind of funky.
Pick a chalice.
3.
Good to the last drop. If you know what I mean. Now let's see what everyone drank.
Did I die? Did I die?
This
Everyone died.
Everyone died. Everyone is dead.
Everyone
Wow.
is dead. And I did say everyone
Who-
pick
We're all
3.
dead after one question. Let's take a second, start a new
quickest
game, and
game
never
of
speak of this
Trivia
again.
Party ever.
We're restarting the game.
Yeah, we tried it. I'd avoid that old rundown gazebo if I were you.
Wait, what? Did we all
Somehow
just
some
die and
awful
that's
things
it?
happen there. People forced to play some crazy game show using their phones as controllers.
that's
I don't really
hilarious.
understand the technology.
All of the death
5
is
people
allergic to
died.
poison.
Looks
Yeah,
like
drank
Evan
poison,
just
drank
got
poison,
some
drank
bad
poison.
trivia night partners. Tragic. And if you're thinking
so-
I've secretly been the killer this whole time,
Shall we try that again, boys and
wouldn't
girls?
that be a crazy twist?
Yeah, let's.
But no.
You know, because I suppose maybe it knew. You did say that we might make up some time before the end of the show.
Not quite what I meant.
No, I didn't think
Oh,
so.
no, we're doing this again. I'll keep doing it until someone stops me.
What the hell?
Right, question 1.
Okay, now,
Oh,
first
crap.
question.
Is it the same
What?
code?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just literally we restart,
Sorry,
we
I'm on Instagram
continue.
again.
Can we do it
Aw,
again? That's
that's
the question.
adorable.
I wonder if
What's
there's
the
an
term
achievement.
for when otters hold hands in a group?
Oh.
An orgy. Hang on.
Well, the collective noun for otters is a romp. As you should remember, Pete, from when we did the otters at the steam railway.
Not in that way, guys.
Ho ho.
And the correct answer is... Who got it right?
Oh, I died.
I got it right! Yay!
The rest of you, prepare for
Notice
your
we're all the
punishment.
junior versions of ourselves
Oh god!
Welcome to the killing
because all the
floor.
originals died.
I wonder if you can do that
Well,
repeatedly.
I hope
That
you know
would be
how to
awesome.
spell. Use letters to spell the longest word you can before time runs out. It'll be good to get your fingerprints on some of these letters too. Don't be
Oh,
the
God,
person
spelling,
with the
guys,
shortest
spelling.
word or you'll regret it.
So, Rubberbone Jr., the Slutty One Jr.,
Go.
and Daddy Jr. Look at your device, make words.
By the way, the letters don't
Badger.
have to be touchy. And don't forget to press submit when you're done.
Rumpelstiltskin. Bah. Giraffe. Violet. Violence. Angry. Scampion fries.
I've got a really long word.
There's an ing, so yeah, you could
see
get
what you could come up
farting. I
with.
found farting.
And Daddy Jr. got the same word as me. Magazine.
Damn.
Rubberbone Jr., alas, has passed.
Who's Rubberbone Jr.?
Uh-oh, looks like somebody's a ghosty ghost. But don't worry, ghosts love trivia party games, so you're still in this. You haven't lost or anything. I mean, I was a ghost for a while, but I
Well,
got
we will
better.
never know, for he died whilst spelling.
Yep, never mind.
Yep.
Death means
Let's
nothing
take a
in
look
this
at the
game.
scoreboard,
We
shall
can,
we?
you can
Do
still
you like
take
it?
life later.
I took an online
Indeed.
C++ course. Aced it. Here's another one. Assuming Kelly Ripa walks at a constant speed of 3.1 miles per hour, how long would it take her to walk around the Earth? Also assuming she can walk on water.
Good, I'm glad we clarified that.
What?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I've got no idea of the actual answer. That sounds like a reasonable amount of time. Can't beat.
Who picked this one?
Oh, I did.
Oh, I did.
I was the only one.
dead.
Woohoo!
The rest of you who are still alive, you're in for a treat.
Oh, slightly out.
Welcome back to the killing floor.
Logical guess for the win.
Let's test your memory.
Wait, was that all the
Okay,
200
well,
and
this
something?
is where I'm about to die.
Patterns. Okay, so pineapple,
All right, let's
Ferrari,
hide my toys.
spanner,
And just to be a jerk, I
Aubergine.
think I'll wait a few seconds to see if
aubergine,
your memory
aubergine,
can hold up.
eggplant.
So what's new with everyone?
And for those of you who are
Anybody take up any new
colorblind, black, white,
hobbies?
black, white, black, white, black, white.
I'm really into needlepoint right
Great,
now.
great, 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 great,
Yeah,
great.
mostly just stitching the work
Yeah.
loop and hanging it over my
Red and
phone.
yellow.
Ah,
yellow.
smart people will be pausing the stream right now with the colours
well,
and pictures
I think
on,
that's enough time.
so they can
From
guess.
left to right, what was the order of the weapons? If you do the worst, you'll die of embarrassment, and also actually die. I should have led with that one.
Knife, hammer, grenade, grenade, wasn't it? He says, using
Yes.
stream lag.
This
Yeah.
was the pattern, you silly gooses. How did you do?
I got 100%. Woo! Echo!
Looks like you
Oh,
forgot what
Echo!
was at
What's
stake.
wrong?
What the fuck? It must have counted one of mine twice, because I didn't feel like I put in enough. Oh well.
Never mind.
Here's how all the scores are looking.
I got him in the lead. That's rare.
You answered a
All right,
question right
next
twice,
question.
DK.
Exactly, that's rare.
If I was thinking about getting a leather mask, who should I see?
Oh no.
I don't think I'm allowed to get this answer wrong. If I've not got it wrong, I'm not going to be happy.
Who picked this?
Good.
A Cooper.
Everyone got it right.
Lame.
Porter.
I just took a guess.
How about this? What does the P in zip code stand for?
Shit. This is it.
That's a
Zip
guess.
code. We don't. We have postcodes. Zone information plan. Zone information. It's not ports.
Zone information placement. Zone information population. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Pick your answer, off you go.
This one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I guess.
I got it right! Woo! So did I go.
Mate,
Let's play
Okay.
a game.
So, Pete versus Daddy Jr.
plan.
Let's multiply
It's math
the fun
time!
and do some
Oh,
basic math
fuck, I'm
questions. Answer as many math questions as you can before time runs
Pay
out.
attention to your
Whoever
advice.
does the worst
I hate
dies.
maths.
So glad it's not
Let's get
me.
this math
Don't
party
want you play
started.
this one, watching all the others suffer. How they got to math questions. With Pete currently in the lead, but Daddy Jr. is keeping up and now Amabot Jr. is coming to ahead, still one ahead. Is there? Oh no, they're making the questions right quickly out, but the time is running out. They can also go to ahead. It says yes, 11 plates, 11. It's a tie game. Oh no, Daddy Jr. second ahead. No, Xavier. No, oh, Xavier, come on, you got to keep up with this. It's 14 all. 15-15. Draw. Fuck.
A tie is bad for everyone
I
involved.
had the goddamn answer for that last one.
And yeah, both died. No one wins in a tie.
Both
Oh, that's.
Now you're a math ghost.
I hate the maths ones. Either I do really well or I just
Good, we're just
flail.
down to one. Well, look who's still alive.
It's me. I'm the only one still
You just
alive.
have to escape with your body.
Everyone beats
I'm
on
so
them.
screwed. I always
I'm
failed at this
giving you a
point.
Category.
Yeah, but you've got a good
If
head
you're in-
start.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. If you're in the lead, you lose the
If on
lead.
each
I've not
answer
seen
that
anyone
fits,
keep the
then
lead in
press
any of our
submit.
games.
True.
Let's see the right answers.
TK, you know this one, don't
Forward
you?
I do.
one space for every correct
Sure.
answer.
Yeah, I got them both right.
You're getting
good.
so close to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to you, then they will steal your body. Then they can escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question. And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you.
I don't know if I've got this one right.
Well, there's one that you know of. Just as the ghost answer.
Yeah, I got it right.
You're way out in front. Smarten up,
God, I hate
ghosts.
this lag sometimes.
Left-handed
Oh.
pitchers.
I have no freaking clue.
Yeah.
None of them, maybe? I don't know.
And
Are any of them
anyone-
pitchers?
Yeah, anyone?
Oh, wow.
No baseball?
They were all left-handed pitchers.
Yeah, they were.
Are you afraid of the dark?
I just picked
You should
both
be.
on the off chance that one of them would be right.
I just picked
All the
everything.
apostles of Jesus.
Yeah, okay, we might see TK win this one.
I'm gonna lose.
Oh god, TK's got too much of a lead.
It could very easily disappear. Oh, bugger, come on. See, you're all suddenly catching up really quickly.
Magic 8-ball messages.
Hang on, you thought Carl was an apostle?
No, I don't think either of them were. But one of them was. I don't remember Magic 8 Ball saying any of those answers.
Outlook, please.
Ah, cool.
Yes.
A bunch of smart
No.
people,
I was right.
huh?
Spanish.
Echo's catching up.
I am. I'm gonna lose.
Star Trek film titles.
Right, TK, you should know this one, don't you? TK.
I think. Sci-fi's not my strong point.
I am just gonna totally guess the shit out of these things.
Which is a shame, because you're the one closest enough to actually overtake TK, and we're not doing well this time.
Running out of
No.
time to answer.
And I'm
We
totally
may
not the right
actually-
person for these questions.
Yeah, we may see the living guy survive.
Just a
That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
steps.
We will, because I won't win.
Oh shit, really?
Books.
Oh my...
I might not get any of these right.
You only need... Yeah, you need to get at least... Well, you can still win if you get one.
Ah, fuck.
I take that you got none.
I got one.
Hostess snack cake products.
Shit.
The only
Anyone
hostess
remember-
snack product I know isn't on this list.
Yeah. I'm not gonna win this. So
I'm
I'm
just
May
gonna
win-
guess.
I may win this. Oh, no. No,
Okay.
I'm not going to win this.
All I have to do is get one right.
You do, and you're going to win.
So you literally want to select them all. To be fair, you don't even need to select them all. TK should. He should know it's this one.
Yeah.
I don't know this one.
Seriously? 7 Wonders of the World. Admittedly, half the decent ones aren't on there.
I am terrible at general knowledge. But it was good enough. I know a lot about a very small thing. I'm highly specialised. I do not do well at general. But I did it! Woohoo! TK Tiger Jr. escapes. Because the senior died in the first round of the first game.
Which we will never talk of again.
No.
Damn, when you consider the fact that I said we would overrun a lot,
Yeah.
it's only 2 minutes past 10.
So the Slutty Jr., cause of death, didn't have the best memory.
No, I didn't.
I'm a Bot Jr., cause of death, too slow at maths. Daddy Jr., cause of death, answered the fewest math problems.
Well, the
Rubber
same
Bone
one,
Jr.,
never mind.
cause of death, bad with words. So let's bring the backing music back up a little bit. And get rid of the lashings of Quip. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Not just because I won. But yeah, that has brought us quite conveniently to the end of the show.
the shot of Echo lounging across.
Yeah,
the-
Echo.
Oh,
Yeah, we got a nice view of your feet. Well, that's that screenshotted and
Yep.
a lot of socks abused.
So the fan art is now in. Yep.
oh dear.
Yep, send your fan art to Echo's feet at tigertailsradio.co.uk.
Yes, indeed.
So
Dear God.
even more babies can be prevented from being born.
Yes, paint me like one of your French girls.
Ew. And on that note, it is time to say goodnight. Reasonably on
Yes.
time. So we can try and catch up with press conferences that we've missed from E3.
Indeed.
So, join us again next week where we'll be catching up on the rest of E3 if we don't do an E3 podcast in the in-betweens. We will also be having our rundowns of the week, regular news, gaming news, video games of the Jackbox variety, and maybe even some done and dusted depending on if we have time or if we've actually done anything to talk about. There is no done and dusted this week because we have run out of time because obviously gaming news section went on for a while, and as did the regular news section actually.
Yeah,
That overran
we had a
severely.
bit to talk.
Yeah,
we
we
had a bit to talk about.
bit of a discussion topic, just like the jingle says.
Yeah.
So, if you want to see anything that you may have missed from previous episodes of Tiger Tales Radio, they are all on the website at www.tigertailsradio.co.uk, so you can go and check out the archives, where this very episode will be appearing in the not-too-distant future. And then come again next Monday at 8 o'clock UK time, where we will do more of the same. But until then, it's a good night from the Xavier.
Good night.
It's a good night from Echo.
Good night, everybody.
It is a good night for myself, TK. Thank you very much for joining us on this week's episode. We will see you again next week, but until then, it's night-night, everybody. Night, night, he says, realising we're not quite ready to do the night-night bit yet, because he hasn't got the big picture up so we can fade to it.
Night, 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 night,
Night, night, night, night.